can't we?
Yeah, look, I want to talk to you about this blue card thing. It's come out all over social media this afternoon, and we thought we got, I instantly, when Rufy put it in the group chat, I was like, the game's just so gone. Just take me back to the early 2000s, mate, when it was like Roy Keane versus Patrick Vieira, Wenger versus Fergie, Scholes versus Gerrard. Just take me back when you're playing Stoke away on a Tuesday night. No, the game's gone, mate. The game's gone.
Well, here's the thing.
What are you talking about? Blue cards?
Here's the thing that makes... here's the question. Is football that broken?
No. It was amazing. Look, the best sport in the world.
It has its faults. It's a game I've loved for all my life. I don't pretend that it doesn't have its faults. It has plenty. It has plenty. But let me tell you now, mate, a blue card is not the answer. It's just not.
I think I'd laugh if someone got a blue card.
So this is on the back. I wonder whether this is them bringing in... So they've not called it the sin bin, but the blue card leads to the sin bin. So it feels like we're being double-teamed on the sin bin. Sin bin's crap, leave it.
Double-teamed?
We'll bring a blue card in, that'll fool them. That's what it feels like. So the sin bin, why can we do this? I'll tell you what we do. We bring a blue card in and we tell them to go and sit over there in the chair.
It's never going to work.
Football's not that broken there, mate. The referees have got 2 cards in their pocket. Produce them. Dissent, yellow card. Tactical foul, yellow card. If you are on a yellow card and you do any of them, red card. Problem solved. The sin bin for me is a disaster. In other sports, it might work. In football, I do not see anyhow the sin bin or the blue card will enhance the game. For me, it just makes it worse because you can only imagine if a team goes down. And what if the goalkeeper gets the sin bin? What happens then?
Surely the goalkeeper has to be, he's not allowed to get sin binned, is it?
Right, yeah. And also...
We don't have all the rules, Jason.
No, we don't.
But it's up for discussion.
Well, I don't think it should be.
No, I don't think it should be up for discussion.
The discussion
but this is what's annoying me. Why should it be no one wants to see it. No. There's not going to be anyone who wants to see it.
We don't want to see blue cards.
No one wants to see a sin bin. I don't think there's anyone out there who wants to see a sin bin.
No. I don't want to see a sin bin. It's a terrible idea. Well, we saw a lot, there was a train of thought, the Van der Ven, one of the reasons he pulled his hamstring in that game against Chelsea was because there was about a 7 or 8 minute delay, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you got a 10-minute sin bin. What are they going to do? How are you going to... I know they have them rugby players on a bike, right? Rugby's a totally different sport.
Yes, it is.
Rugby move in small areas. Footballers are up and down the pitch, up and down the pitch.
Sprinting,
It's garbage, mate.
Maxie, you want to talk about the sin bins?
Yeah, so I get the feeling, having listened to a lot of the coverage of it today, that there's a real knee-jerk reaction to it. So for context, I'm a hockey player, field hockey. And we have 3 cards. We have a sin bin, green card, 2-minute sin bin, yellow card, 5-minute, up to 10-minute. It's at the umpire's discretion. And actually what it means is we have very few red cards in the game because it's usually nipped in the bud. And I get the comparison to rugby in terms, it's not necessarily a like-for-like comparison, but hockey's a 11-a-side invasion sport, very similar to football in a lot of ways, and it works really well.
Right.
So I guess...
But it's hockey.
But they're very similar sports in a lot of ways.
Well, hockey's not as physical as football, is it? I know that you can get a whack round the chops and lose teeth, and it can be pretty vicious with a stick. But I just don't see. But so you say you get rid of red cards? I don't get why that's a good thing. If someone deserves to be sent off, they deserve to be sent off.
But that's the point. We rarely get to the point in a game where a situation has blown up in such a way that someone has got themselves into that situation.
Right.
So they do happen, and actually, if you get 2 yellow cards for the same type of offence, that will be a technical red. So very much.
But I just don't think you're ever going to get that in football because football is just high intensity. It's more passion.
It's not at all. It's the opposite. We have rolling subs. The intensity in hockey is higher for a shorter period of time than football. and like every other sport, we stop the clock, so there's no time, no opportunity for time wasting. It is relentless to 70 minutes. So to say that a slower sport, which football is, can't do it because of the intensity, it's just not accurate.
I mean, you're going to have to do a lot of convincing than that. I think that the way that the game will play is that if you go down to 10 men in a sin bin, I think for 10 minutes, if the score is 0-0, you'll have one team deciding they're going to sit on the edge of their box and sit there and defend. And the game will then become break us down if you can until we get a man back on. Does that happen in hockey?
Yeah, it does.
So you sit deep?
It's usually not for 10 minutes. Like I said, we have green cards, which is 2 minutes, or a yellow is usually just 5. So you have to sit in for a little bit, but then you get back to it. And So you think it's going to work in football? You think it could work? I absolutely do. And, and I think one of the big issues with it will be from a timekeeping perspective, if people are just going to run down the clock while they're playing player down. Well, why doesn't football do what every other sport does and just stop the clock when there's a stoppage in play? Like that, I hear so many people complaining about. Yeah, I
wouldn't disagree with that. I wouldn't disagree with that. That's something I think the football can learn from.
Let's go to Sam though. He's a West Ham fan. Sammy.
Right, Sam.
All right, lads.
All right, Sam. How you doing? All right.
Good odds.
Go on, what do you want to talk about, Sammy?
Talking about the old blue card.
Yeah.
I think you two have alluded to it already about teams wanting to sit back and all that if they go down to 10 men. But the aim of the game is to keep 11 people on the pitch for both teams. So if a team can do that, and then they get their 11th man back on the pitch, not only is it going to boost the team, it's going to boost the crowd as well because they've got their player back. And you're going on about teams just end up sitting back. But if a team goes down to 10 men for 60 minutes, 50 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever, some teams go in there thinking it's damage limitation. And the other way it can work, if one of your top teams has gone down to 10 men, then one of your other teams might be thinking, if we're going to get a goal, it's going to be now.
What are you looking at me for?
I'm waiting for you to speak.
No, I'm waiting for you to say something.
I know, but that's... I know, but that's...
figured it all out.
I know, but that's exactly what they're going to think, isn't it? If they're down to 10, they're all going to think, right, can we capitalise for the next 10 minutes? So they're going to just try and punt. But the other team, they just... I think the game will... As a contest will change. I see the advantage of having an extra man, of course. All right? But what if two teams get a sin bin? What have you got...
Yeah, but Jace, come on, that's just standard then, isn't it? And then we're back to the game on.
No, they got down to 9 men.
The game is to keep 11 players on the pitch. Oh, sorry, if you get 2 sin bins.
I can't work out whether you're in favour of it or not. Are you in favour of it?
No, I am in favour.
Oh, you are? I can't work
when you're going on about 2 sin bins now, we're getting into drastic sort of measures. I know that could possibly happen, but we're talking about it being a sensible addition.
But Sam,
but say someone gets sin binned, right? So a player gets sin binned, right? He goes off, he's 10 minutes. Next tackle, next challenge, someone goes over him, 2-footed, you get another man sent off. You're playing with 9.
Well, don't get you see that, but that's like the part of the game anyway now. But again, you're going to get your player back. You'd rather play with 10, wouldn't you? For when he's come back on.
But Sam, here's the thing I can't quite get my head round, right? Why do we need a blue card? We've got red and we've got yellow.
Because 2 lemons don't always make a strawberry, and that's a fact.
Yeah, but okay, no, they do. That's factually they do, right? But in your scenario, when is the blue card going to work better than both the yellow and the red? Paint me a scenario now, go on.
You've got your standard yellow card, fine, whatever. Then a player might turn around and kick a ball. Right. Kick a ball in frustration at getting a yellow card or whatever. And then through the letter of the law, the rest of them go, right, second yellow, you're off.
Yeah. What's wrong with that? Well, so just correct me, what's wrong with that now?
But because right now, kicking a ball away in frustration is not worthy of a red card. Like, come on, let's be real.
No, but it is.
Not worthy.
No. If you're on a yellow card, Sam, if you're on a yellow card, right? You're a professional footballer. If you're on a yellow card and you boot the ball away, you get everything that's coming your way, and that includes a red.
You've both been on the pitch, and frustrations can boil over. We've all spoke about passions in the game and the rest of it. Not every bookable offence is a yellow card through the letter of the law. Like that there, like fine, it's a yellow card, but then it ain't a sending off offence. So fine, I'll give you it's a yellow card, but it ain't a sending off offence. And that's where the blue card can come in and go.
I don't agree with that. I think it is. If it's by the letter of the law, it carries a yellow. So what about taking the shirt off? How far do you want to take this? Taking your shirt off. Is that a blue card now? If you're on a yellow.
But taking your shirt off, like for me in general, like that isn't a red card offence. It's ridiculous. That's like it just kicking the ball away or taking your shirt off isn't a red card offence. So you can't play football now because you've took your shirt off. Like, think about what you've done, take 10 minutes and you'll come back on. And if you do it again, then you can get sent off.
For the record, I don't think taking your shirt off should be yellow.
No,
I just don't get that.
Ruined the game for a long time.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.